So now the time has come to meet our guest of the hour, Stephanie Wilkerson, Athletic Director for Charlotte Mecklenburg Schools. Welcome to the garden, Stephanie. Hi, Stephanie.
Hi, Monique. Hi, thank you for having me. I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm doing fabulous, girl. Can't you tell? I'm just out giddy.
I was really enjoying your monologue. So there were some pieces that you went over that really hit, especially knowing your triggers. I had to write a few things down.
Oh, that makes me happy. Yeah, I call it my Johnny Carson. So now I'm sitting at the desk now. I was on the stage at first, but now I came over here to the desk to talk to you. So,
well, I'm really excited to be here.
Oh, I am too. So let's jump right on in and tell everyone about your journey from college to your current position.
Oh, wow. So I went to college at University of North Carolina, Greensboro, and I was a physical education major. And a lot of people, if they don't realize that UNCG was a former women's college, and they are one of the pioneers in physical education, especially for female teachers. So it was a really big program, a very serious program there, the physical education. They took a lot of pride in it. So I did my undergrad there. At first I had started out, actually I was a sports medicine major. I used to have dreams of being like an NFL trainer, but when I got there to UNCG, my advisor told me, she said, well, most of the training jobs are in high schools, so why don't you just go get your teaching degree and then come back, later to get, the training part of it. And I'm like, okay, but once I got into the pedagogy classes and did all that, I found a passion for it. So I just stuck with the physical education and, wanted to make my mission being more in the schools. So then from there, I got a job right out of college at a high school in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, called Parkland Magnet High School. And immediately when I started there, my first year teaching, I also started working with the athletics department. I didn't even really go into coaching. I went straight to working in athletic administration because the AD was a family friend of ours. So I jumped right in, and I started really working heavily with football. And that's kind of just where I kind of got the taste that I really like this. I like being an AD. So I did that for a couple years, and I slowed down to have a family. I have two young daughters, so I was having babies, and I just focused on teaching while they were young. And then we made a move back to Charlotte, North Carolina, and so when I got a job at West Charlotte High School, I said, maybe I want to get back into the athletic administration side of things. And the AD there at the time, he needed some help, so it worked out perfectly. I was working on my master's at the time, too, in school administration from Gardner-Webb. And so it all kind of, worked out together. And so I stayed there for 4 years as an assistant AD. And if everybody knows about West Charlotte High School, it's one of the most historic high schools in North Carolina. So I learned a whole lot and made a lot of great connections. Some of the greatest people that came out of Charlotte, North Carolina, came through West Charlotte High School. So I did that. And then finally, after my 4th year there, I saw an AD opening at another high school in Charlotte, and I said, I think I'm ready to run my own program. And so I applied, and I got the job. So I've been at Olympic High School ever since.
How long has that been?
5 years. So I just finished my 5th year at Olympic High School.
Wow. Yeah.
It goes by fast. It goes by very fast.
Oh, it does. It does. It does. And this is what I like to say to folks, and go like, what? Well, yes, I came out of college at 22. But I was an administrator straight out. So where a coach may go from coaching and then become administrator, I'm like, no, I still got more years on you. Even though you may be older and you've been coaching longer, you ain't been an administrator as long as me.
Correct. That's absolutely correct.
So hats off to you.
Thank you.
Got a question, though. It's a personal question for me. Because you said Gardner-Webb. Where is Hickory, North Carolina?
So Hickory, North Carolina, is going towards the mountains, and it's not far from Gardner Webb. It's in a county called Catawba County, and it's like going towards Asheville. So I would say it's probably about an hour from Charlotte.
Okay.
And not far from Appalachian State University in Boone. So it's kind of on the way to Boone as well.
Okay. So how far is it from Winston-Salem? It's about 2 hours?
No, because actually Hickory from Winston-Salem is really also another about an hour and a half. Winston-Salem is going towards the western part of the state as well. So it's only about an hour and a half. It's not far at all. But maybe not even an hour and a half. It might be a little bit shorter than that.
That's what I was thinking, because I need to go to Winston-Salem to do a workshop, but I also need to see a family friend's daughter's name after me, and she just had a baby. She had a baby in February. And I've been trying to get there, and every time I went to Durham. I said, she said they were 2 hours from Durham. I said, well, I got to get back to Virginia. So I'm trying to plan out something. And I said, when you said Gardner Webb, that's closer to the western side. She might know what Hickory is. So,
absolutely. I have a lot of family. I have a lot of family in Hickory. So actually, I went to Hickory for Memorial Day. So I go there frequently. Yes.
Okay, well, I'm going to tell you when I'm going, okay?
Yeah, I could definitely help you out. I could definitely help, because one good thing about, like, Hickory is it's kind of off of two major interstates in the state. So when you're coming from Winston-Salem, you'll be coming off of I-40. But say if you're coming from Charlotte, you'll be kind of coming off 85 and going 321. So it's close to the interstates, and it's easy to get to.
Okay, good. Yeah, I'm determined. But I'm determined, but I'm planful. Because, girl, this gas ain't no joke. You hear me?
It is not. It is not. And that really kind of makes you take a pause and say, okay, I might not need to plan that trip or go to this place, or you have to try to be really strategic in what you're doing.
Because my god sister wanted me to come to Raleigh for Memorial Day. And I was like, when I went to the I was like, no, can't do it. Because it's got to be something attached to my work, because I just can't be going just for going. You know what I mean? I mean, I love everybody. I know it gives me the balance, but the balance of that gas is already tilting me to the other direction. No, can't do it.
Absolutely. And that's one thing, even as us on the school side of things and professionally, now we've got to really figure this out, because, we take buses to games, and it's like, we're charged for mileage, so I got to figure out what those bills are going to look like now. It's going to be a lot different. I know that's for sure.
Well, speaking of administration, we got some questions from my sister A.D. down in Alabama. You know her as Katasha Turner, A.D. Turner at Summer Public School.
Hey, Katasha. Yeah, I know Katasha.
Did I see a picture of you all at the NIAAA together?
I don't think we linked up there, but we had reached out to each other. We just couldn't get on the same schedule. When you always go there, there's so much going on, and you have different groups who want to do this and that. So I wasn't able to link in person, but we texted while we were there.
Oh, good. Because, I know you heard what I said about NACDA. So I did partner with Ava Amaker of A&A Athletics when it was in D.C. With a reception. So I think I'm going to do the same thing this year in December, come to Nashville. And because there are many women that are high school athletic directors in Significance in Athletics and Sports magazine. So I want to do the same thing there and have them do significant signings.
I remember when you publicized your event, and we had a district event at the same time, so it conflicted, so I wasn't able to make it up there. But I just thought that was a great idea to do, because the support is needed. I think the numbers are growing in high school, athletics as far as women ADs. So it's something good to have a support system that you can connect with.
Speaking of our support system, we're going to ask some questions that she has for you. And the questions that she